Hello everybody, this is Simon with Let's Play Sonic 2006 Very Hard DLC Kingdom Valley. Got a new team of commentators with me, which would be NGDBSS.
Hi there.
And
me. Thorn Brain.
Thorn Brain, exactly. Wonderful. Bunch of enemies here, and we're going to get right into the action. I'm very excited to see what they did with this section, which has always been one of the best parts of Sonic 06 anyway. So far rather unchanged except for the amount of enemies, but we'll see how it goes. I am going to fully abuse all of the items, especially the shield. I've done this a bunch of times before as well, with the other very hard ones, because it's super busted, but it's also quite... Oops. Should have jumped earlier. I wanted to, but I didn't.
First step of the reel.
Absolutely, yeah. Let's get this started correctly. I wonder why it doesn't deal 2 instances of damage here, because there are 2 exploding boxes, but I think the issue is that the one box takes out the other and does... Wow.
Really?
Wow, the Sonic 06 things, huh? You know what, I'm just going to quit here and reset my life counter, because I don't want to start at 3 lives here. When we are right at the start, if you don't mind. Let's see if I can't pull this off now. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's not trust the rails and this time just take the boosters.
Yeah, it always bothers me that by taking the rails, which seems like an intended path, you also miss so many rings. I
mean, you miss like half of them. You can do stuff like what I'm doing right now to max it, the ring count, but doesn't seem necessary in the slightest. I mean, it's not like having all of these rings is going to matter too much. So now let's see here. I think it's dipping deliberately low, so... Oh, didn't latch onto the enemy, it latched back onto the rail. That's not great. That's one of the jankiest parts I've seen so far in all of Very Hard, to be honest. No need to kill all the enemies every time. A little bit longer. Yep, he's latched onto the rail again. What the hell? Like, it does this weird upward thing here. I'm going to restart again. At the end.
Start over would be able to start you with full complement of lives.
No, start over means you lose a life. You have to do the homing attack after the jump input. If you just drop, then you can't homing attack. See if I can't see the end of the rail more. He latched on to it again! What the hell is that? This is one of these things where probably the playtester, or the designer, who was probably also the playtester, just did it in one way all the time and then it just worked for them. Okay, finally, just delay it until the very end. Here also I needed to drop to get the last one, but I know that I had to do that because I am well versed in this game's homing attack. Sure, be that way. Let's take the bridge again. It looked a bit dicey, but it worked. Okay, let's see if I can't get up here. Wonderful! I always love doing this. Okay, cool. Wall run. Let's see if they added like a ton of enemies. Okay, just a few. But I am actually going to try going up one of these semi-secret paths, which I always missed when I played this casually, but now I know that it's there, I'm going to take it. Should I try this? Let's just keep going. Oh, there was an invisible enemy down there. Wonder if that was like anything good. I'm not going to just explore every single path here, I'm just going to take what I see and then keep going. If this is as long as the original Kingdom Valley, then we might be here a while anyway, especially with that terrible start. Okay. Silver? Silver. Must admit, would have been cool if I had like the opportunity to do this as Sonic, like intendedly. But we'll take what we have to do here, I guess. Of course, you can skip this with Sonic, but I'm not going to cheat immediately. I want to experience what the game wants from me. Okay, so this is going to be really annoying.
Yeah, very hard mode.
Oh,
They didn't want Elise, but they wanted to keep Silver.
yeah. Pretty much.
Priorities.
This guy just doesn't notice me, huh? Ah, there we go. Okay, so you really need to shoot down this platform, otherwise you can't make it, huh? Alright. Okay, wait until they've all shot their shots. For this one I'm going to get up close and personal, I think. Wow, I keep forgetting how big the AoE on the rockets really is. Case in point.
You'd think there'd be a more visible sign of it.
Well, yeah. It's an explosion that just goes a long, long way. There's no need to go over there. I feel like yeah, 1-up is fine and so, but let's just try and keep our heads straight here. So that is a very hard flight hover, I guess, even in the original version. Also, 3-1-up here. Cool. Love that. So far, the geometry and how you play the level is not really changed. Bit disappointing, but we'll see how it keeps going.
Silver's little great is just so nostalgic to me now.
So good.
It's just so sudden and sharp.
These guys have already shot their shots, so making this extremely easy. Die. So yeah, the enemy configurations are different, but just changing the enemies doesn't really matter that much. Oh, they removed half of the boxes here, so that's fun.
Precision platforming. Oof.
Yeah. Also, this is very uncomfortable. I'm glad I made it because it like automatically went onto the platforms every time because they're just the exact same height as this jump height is. I used the pick up everything around you trick and didn't get punished for it. That's a first, I think. Which is double tapping the R trigger.
Like after that mess at the start, there have been a lot of close calls here.
Yeah, I mean, I accept close calls existing in a hard video. It's just not good if it feels bad. That's the thing. Thanks, I didn't do anything. This is always so jarring. Okay.
I forget, do we ever hear from the Bald Eagle's voice actor in this game or no?
I don't think so. Oh, that's different, I think.
Yep.
Is it? No, it's not different. Just usually he deposits you directly on the thing, I think. But I don't know the game exactly by heart.
That feels familiar to me.
Yeah. It's familiar, I don't know if the exact sequence is whatever. Okay. Oh, is this going to require a double light speed dash?
Oh no, oh no.
I mean, I'm going to do it once. No. Great! Yeah, awesome. This is exactly what I hoped would not happen, yeah. I'm going to skip it now.
Wait, where'd all your points go?
You lose all your points when you die.
If you die, all your points are gone. It's just the way it is. Right, so, yeah, let's do this one here. Just absolutely fuck this. It's the usual Sonic problem. It's not even necessarily an 06 problem, but the bounce input being... Oh. Thanks. The bounce input being the same as the lightspeed dash input is just... chef kiss. Also, yeah, the wind rail just stopped. Fair and balanced, because it's very easy to see where the wind rail actually is, you know. Not quite happy with this level, I must admit. Gonna try this fair and square one more time, of course, because it's just the kind of guy I am. Yeah. Please. What? Yeah, he latched onto the same rail I was jumping off from and went back. Doesn't even begin. Awkward doesn't begin to describe how this feels.
I believe I said this in a prior video, but it would be really nice if they had a targeting reticle for whatever you were going to home attack to.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it still wouldn't help that much if it just constantly changes targets out of nowhere. I feel like it would go like beep, 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 between two targets all the time.
I mean,
really
they could at least have used that to diagnose certain issues.
Yeah, I guess so. And I think they only came up with targeting reticules being a sensible thing in Unleashed. Yeah, you know what? It's just... I don't like it, but I gotta get somewhere today.
You don't like the rest of this more, so...
Yeah.
Can't just hang out at the DMV for a while and not do anything.
Okay. Combat. Well, if you're using cheating, then it is not. Okay, here we go. What do we have here? More enemies. So these are technically harder than the original enemies here, of course, but once again, combat is not the issue here. The camera is.
Famed camera boss from Dark Souls 3.
Yep. There we go. Yeah, pretty standard here. Okay, these guys weren't ever going to do anything. This looks normal, which is fine because the hard mode version looks this is a complete pain in the dick here. Yep. Nothing too bad. The automated sequence. Could have skipped this one, to be honest. Did the lower boost pad just vanish? Oh, there it is again. Boom. That was very cool. Oh my god, this is really fun actually. And I can just keep racking up the bonus. Very nice. Okay,
not
this
bad,
is cool.
especially because you've got the next checkpoint here.
Okay, so what is this? Is this rail new? I don't remember this. Does it go into the water?
Ooh.
I mean, where else would I go, right? Do I trust the game? I guess I gotta. Oh!
Famous last words.
Oh.
Oh,
thank you, Sonic, for latching onto.
That is rude.
It is so very rude. Okay, I'll give it one more try, but these rails are a nightmare. Like, they are... What the hell, Sonic? They are really bad. Because you have to go at the last possible second
Oh yeah.
for the transfer, and it's like...
Oh god, are they gonna... Oh god. Oh no.
Wow, that popped in late.
They're asking you to do it again?
Of course. I mean, now I know what to expect, but still, that's trial and error, baby. Wow! It pops in so late. I hate it. Oh, I really hate it. And now I jumped too late, and you can't do a homing attack after you fall off a rail. It just doesn't work.
And you have to do it perfectly, or you don't even have a sense of where to go.
Yeah.
I could see this working in a game that controlled nicely, though.
It would work in a game that controlled well, but this is not that game. Is something over here. So this is part of Shadow's section. Yeah, Shadow goes over here. I'm just playing around at this point, you know? Oh, that's too low.
The first time you threw the jewel, I was hoping you would sail right over the tower and you just jump into the lake.
I would have to bounce attack there. Okay, let's see here. I can try to put this on and maybe save myself, but then it never really works. But I will try it again, legit, because it seems to be like either that or cheese the entire thing with constant air hops, and that is bad cinema. So here's hoping that we don't have to do all of this again. Whoop. I feel like from the top there I could easily cheese it, but I'm not super sure if I can go into the infinite hop mode from the rail. Do I have to jump into the... Oh my god.
At least you can, I guess.
I did it, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's just like...
Alright, and we immediately start with the max speed section. Okay, sure. Fine. I'm not sure what to think.
Oh no.
Like, this was gut-wrenchingly difficult, but I did it, so kind of worked. It's just, it really should not be this hard to hit these homing attack targets, you know? And the rail mechanics being as they are, that's just a thing onto itself. If we go by previous max speed sections, they didn't really change the geometry much here, which is good, because this one here is probably the easiest.
Yeah, the weird thing I've noticed about 06 is that the homing attack is actually very forgiving. The problem is it just can't decide what to homing attack to.
Yeah, and it has a relatively strict up and down targeting area. So if you are using it while the target is a little too low or a little too high, then you can easily get screwed over by it. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
How are we actually doing? Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
We did it. Ooh, that is definitely not even close to an S rank, worst level I've done so far, but I will probably, like the others, try and redo this and get an S rank off screen. With previous knowledge, it should not be that bad, but well, it was a bit of an ordeal, and still 10 minutes. Gotta relax a little bit. So, pulling off that chain of homing attacks and air rail activations, which was the one original idea this had, was kind of exhilarating. It wasn't fun the first time, but I can see what they were going for. That first air rail jump thing, I guess it prepared me for what was coming later, so having an in-level tutorial for a later expected challenge is good. It still felt like shit. That's the issue. It definitely is terrible that once you fall off a rail you can't homing attack anymore. They really should not be in the engine, but it is. That Sonic just keeps homing back onto the rail is also garbage. That's an issue in the base level as well, but here it's very noticeable. So yeah, overall, not the best. Very hard I've played, sadly.
I could see it working, like, if it were a DLC level in Unleashed, for example.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That felt like something that would be in one of those. But also, the DLC levels in Unleashed are terrible, so...
Sadly couldn't get to play them yet. Anyway, thank you very much for your attention.